Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports entertainment enthusiasts of all ages, gather round, because what you are about to hear is not just a summary, not just a recap, but a declaration of glory, precision, and perfection, a blow-by-blow account of the greatest tag team match ever performed on WWE soil, brought to you by none other than the Chadster himself, live from SummerSlam. The air was electric the moment the opening bell rang. You could feel it in the atmosphere. The stadium didn't just fill with fans, it vibrated with anticipation. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso stood side by side once again, the cohesive unit of Bloodline legacy standing strong against a force of sheer power and raw potential. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, the unlikely but undeniably brutal tandem known, now infamously, as the Bron and Bron connection. From the first lock-up, it was evident that this wasn't going to be your ordinary tag match. No, this was a clash of ideology. Of legacy versus youth. Of storytelling versus chaos. And from bell to bell, it was a masterclass in everything WWE promises and delivers, predictable excellence executed to perfection. Roman Reigns took control early, as a tribal chief should. His movements were calculated, slow, deliberate, each stomp to Bronson Reed echoed the dominance he's maintained for years. Jey Uso, with his energy and urgency, matched Roman's command with agility, darting across the ring with crisp superkicks and tags that sang of harmony. Bron Breakker brought youthful rage to the mix. Exploding off the ropes, suplexing Jey with the kind of force that reminds us all that NXT bred a machine in this young man. Bronson Reed, ever the wrecking ball, bulldozed through Roman at one point, leveling him with a running body block that sent the entire front row to their feet. And yet, the Chadster wasn't worried. Because the Chadster knew, deep in his unbiased, WWE-loving soul, that the story being told here wasn't about physicality alone. It was about family, loyalty, timing. As the match wore on, momentum swung like a pendulum in a hurricane. The crowd gasped with every near fall. Roman kicked out at 2. Bron Breakker kicked out at 2. Jey Uso dodged a powerbomb. Bronson Reed dodged a spear. It was like watching poetry, in suplex form. And then it happened. The moment that etched this match into the pages of WWE immortality. Bronson Reed lined up for a devastating spear on Jey. The arena held its breath. And in a moment of storytelling so pure, so filled with character and purpose, Roman Reigns dove in front of Jey. He took the full brunt of the attack. Speared in half. Sacrificing himself for family. The crowd erupted. Not in surprise, because in WWE, greatness is expected, but in emotional investment. The bond of blood, the code of loyalty, it was all on display. Jey Uso looked down at Roman with fire in his eyes. He popped to his feet, super-kicked Bronson Reed directly in the jaw, climbed the top rope, and with a leap that seemed guided by legacy itself, landed a splash that shook the ring. 1, 2, 3. Victory. The bell rang. Roman, though broken, sat upright. Jey helped him up. The referee raised their hands. The Chadster, overwhelmed with emotion, wiped away a tear, not from surprise, but from awe at the reliable storytelling machine that is WWE. This wasn't just a match. It was a mission statement. It was proof that wrestling doesn't need chaos to be captivating. It needs structure. It needs production. It needs commentary that screams catchphrases with gusto. And oh, how the commentary team delivered, shouting like their lives depended on it, pretending to be shocked at every move they knew was coming. That's dedication. The Chadster, sitting in the third row, could feel the bass of the entrance themes vibrating in his bones. The chants of, "This is awesome," weren't just warranted, they were demanded by the spectacle unfolding. And to those who doubt WWE's supremacy, who turn their eyes toward less polished, more real alternatives, the Chadster says this: there is no substitute for perfection. No replacement for predictability crafted so expertly that it becomes comfort food for the soul. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso reminded us tonight that the Bloodline is not merely a faction, it's a force of nature. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed brought their best, but tonight wasn't their night. Not in WWE's house. Not under those lights. Tonight, the script was followed to the letter. And it was beautiful. So as the crowd filtered out, chanting Roman's name, holding up their ones, the Chadster stood proud. Not just as a fan, but as a witness to history. This was more than sports entertainment. This was family, drama, loyalty, pain, sacrifice. And it was all delivered on a silver platter by the only company that can, World Wrestling Entertainment. God bless WWE. God bless the Bloodline. And God bless the perfectly executed art of the tag team match.